I am Jamie Ruby from Sci-fi-vision. Thanks so much for talking to me today. Really
Pleasure.
enjoying the series so far. So can you start by talking about what it was, either about the character or the script that made you just think you had to do it? We'll just go in order. Michiel, Jessica, Luke.
Okay. All right. What was it about? Well, I was immediately attracted to the way the story was set up. I feel like the story revolves really around, or the core of the story is these three people and the triangle that their relationships form. And they all have something to hide from each other. They're not completely straightforward with each other. I thought that was an amazing setup for a story.
Besides a project by Mark Bowl, I would say that I was really drawn to this character who was written as this fully enigmatic, anti-damsel, and that she was so multi-layered and multifaceted, and on top of that goes through an extraordinary journey. And, it was obviously a role of a lifetime. So
I think what I took from the initial read of the first few episodes was this insanely deep and complex bond that these three people have, and how that bond was tested to its limits, but it never broke. And it felt very honest and very real and authentic. And I knew that that bond, even when we lose Amber for so many episodes and we are together, we find a way to get through it. There is this strength between the three of us, this love, this need to find her, that I felt very like I could relate to it massively. And when you can relate to a character, you're already half the work is done, because if you can understand this character's journey, then you just can live it and breathe it. And I feel that's what we all did.
I like what they said. So use that.
Okay. Well,
No,
well,
I'm
adding
kidding.
to that though, about that bond, did you three as performers, did you do anything kind of outside of the acting part to kind of get that bond between the three of you?
I mean, we did.
Absolutely.
we did. It was very condensed, For most of the filming, I was separated from them and vice versa. But luckily, it doesn't always happen. But we happened to enjoy each other very much and felt immediately sort of at ease and on the same page, which is very helpful.
During prep, one of the many things that Luke and I did together, because we trained, we had a lot of military training that we went through. But one of the things we did, which I think created really the basis for a special bond, is we did an amazing hike. I think we walked about 20 miles in like 16 hours, 18 hours. We started at night walking the Appalachian Trail. And waking up the next morning, it turned out that in our backpacks, like one of us had the oatmeal and the other had a little gas stove. And, we really needed to team up to make breakfast. I think that's where it really started.
Can you talk a bit about that training? Because I figured you guys had quite a bit, I would think, for this one.
Yeah, we arrived weeks before production began. And the first day we met each other, we were also introduced to a former Navy SEAL who basically was our tutor, our trainer. He spent every day with us. We would go to the shooting range. We would learn how to deal with the weapons and tactical training, the way we would speak, the way we would walk, how the different poses. There was a lot of information to get through, but he imparted it so well. I mean, without him, I think I wouldn't have felt as confident on that first day, feeling like the real deal, even though we're not, we're acting. But that work that we put in, which was intense, I mean, it was seriously full on. Yeah. You had to go home and consolidate everything every day and go, right, okay, tomorrow I have to remember not to do this, and I have to do this, and I have to work. It was also the consideration of each other as soldiers in a dangerous environment, or whatever it was that we would be doing. And so yeah, all of that was really interesting. And I'm very confident with a rifle.
And it's the small stuff that really excited me, you know, the small things that you would never know, but like the way these guys squeeze each other or tell each other to go, you know, it's that was fascinating to learn.
Oh, cool. And then for Jessica, obviously your character gets into kind of some scary situations. How did you sort of, I guess, get into that mindset? How did you do to prepare for that?
It was a lot of psychological work. But I suppose I did what any good actor would do and simply imagined myself in those scenarios and let whatever bubbled forth come forth.
Right.
There were days when we would often cross over in the facility location, which you spent most of your time.
Yeah, I know.
And we would see Jessie leaving set. And I remember seeing her many times. And
were you
like
worried?
Yeah, I was worried. You were
I was
broken.
drained.
It was an extraordinary thing to see, but you were processing it like you were going through it yourself. And I think that's why the performance is so real and painful sometimes to watch, because you feel the pain and the complexity of the mess that she's in. And I was just hoping that you'd sleep well every night.
I tried. Yeah, I tried. But you know, I wanted to give everything I had in my tanks there. So it was interesting. But now I know I can do such a thing and I'm capable of it, which is awesome.
Well, it definitely seems scary. So, all right.
The scariest part was picking up the scorpion.
Yeah,
do that?
Creepy.
Yes.
Wow.
I certainly did.
Wow. All right. Well, thank you, the three of you. I appreciate it. I look forward to seeing the rest of the season. Thank you so much.
Thank you.